everyone, so today I'm going to teach you how to get started with this Fauvism unit and how to begin drawing your animal. That can be a little overwhelming, but just know that it doesn't have to be perfect. Just try your best and you'll be surprised how it sort of comes together if you think about shapes and lines and then details last. So first, find a reference image. I just looked up close-ups of tigers and found this one, saved it to my device. You can also print this off and bring it in if you want to draw on your print. That's a little helpful too. So it's really overwhelming to take this photo and then start drawing it on your big piece of paper. We're going to be using the 12 by 18 sheets of paper for this project, the big mixed media paper. So you're going to have to enlarge it a bit. So back to my image of my tiger. Here. I'm just going to mark this up a bit. So if I were to start drawing this, almost like that grid drawing, you can sort of split this up into grids that you see. So if I divide this image up in half, I know I have an eye in the top two portions. The nose is sort of in the middle with the mouth. I'm going to go a little bit further and I'm just going to keep splitting this up into a grid that I feel like is more manageable. And that's why it's nice to print these off and bring them in, because you can mark them up like this. Luckily, my device I can draw on a little bit. Now I'm ready to get started. I'm not going to think about a tiger. Instead, I want to think about the shapes and the locations that I see. So if I draw this grid out lightly on my paper, I'm going to see these different sections as I do in my photo, and this does not have to be perfect. I'm just guessing on location. It'll sort of come together. Where you're grid drawing, we used a ruler. So I'm going to start with the nose area. It's sort of more in the middle above this line. And what I'm seeing is more of a triangle. And it comes down pretty much right in this area. I'm drawing really lightly because I'm going to go and add more details later to make it look a little more realistic. This does not have to be realistic. It can be more cartoony or like a style, like maybe you're into anime or just different kind of cartoon looks. Go for that too. Whatever is easier. I have the mouth area, and then I notice the chin is almost like way down here where the hair is stopping. The fur makes it look like it's extended more, but I'm just gonna mark that so I sort of know. And then the muzzle area, it's sort of going here and stopping. So I'm just sort of marking this up where I feel like everything is landing. Thinking to myself, okay, what kind of images, shapes do I see? Where are these lines heading? I'm not thinking of the stripes of the tiger or anything yet. And now I'm going to travel up here toward the eye area and get this eye in. It's pretty circular, the iris and pupil, but then the outside is really dramatic. More like this look, like a rainbow and another rainbow. Again, I'm going to come over here and get this eye in. It looks like it's straight across from the other one. Start with the circle. I see a circle, and then again, just a really dramatic rainbow shape that sort of dips down in here. That muzzle of the nose is sort of going upward. I don't see lines, but I see changes in color, so I'm going to mark that here. And then toward the top part right here, I see the ears coming in. So I'm going to make a section for both of the ears, sort of in here. And that's like my pre-sketch. Now I'm ready to bring in more of those details. I know it doesn't look pretty right now, but this is how you want to start, just getting your lines and shapes on the page, and then travel back in and add more of those details. So the nose isn't triangular, but it sort of reminds me of that shape. It actually dips down a little bit more and curls at this part. So I'm just going to come in and change some of those lines up. At this point, I'm drawing a little bit darker and I'll erase the lines that I don't need anymore. I'm gonna concentrate on line thickness. You'll learn about this a little bit more, but having a variety of lines, thin to thick, is really helpful as well. Just thinking about, okay, where are those dark darks? And you don't have to worry about shading or coloring because you'll be painting and adding different materials to these. For right now, I would just focus on sort of getting in those extra details that you notice. You can shade a little bit if you need a reminder, like, okay, where's my dark areas? Where's my light areas? Otherwise, basically this step of the process is more like a coloring page in a sense. I'm gonna bring this up just a little bit. I don't like how far it's going down. And then I'm even going to bring in some of these fur. And this is where you can exaggerate what you see and bring in your own style. Like, I don't want quite realistic, but I don't want really abstract or super cartoony either, but something in between is what I'll probably try and go for. So I'm gonna start with this. Change it up later on if I don't like it, but for now I really like where this is going. Yeah, and then just keep adding details.